early. I was supposed to do the live stream tonight at 7, but I decided to do it this morning. My apologies. I know it looks a little yellow because the sun is shining in. We got sunshine here in cold and snowy Ohio. But good morning. I have plans today, and I didn't know where I would be this evening. And I do want to talk about the show. There's a lot going on in my personal life that is good and positive. So while I have the house to myself, I was like, why not talk about it this morning? That's all I've been doing is talking about the show to myself. Good morning, Quan. Hi. I've been talking about the show to myself, and I've been on X posting about it, like just retweeting with everyone, because this week was pretty fast paced. A lot happened this week. Let me get my laptop. Good morning, everyone. And hold on, let me just, because it's better to look at the comments on my laptop than it is on my phone screen. Hold on. Ooh, I tell you one thing, I'm hungry. Shout out to GH fans on X, because someone put together that that picture that I used as my thumbnail. I was going to use one of my usual ones, but that pretty much sums up the Quartermaine Christmas party. Those reactions, Tracy and Ned. Saved everything. You said, I feel like the only good storyline they have is the Michael Willow story so far, but I did not think it was going to blow up and everybody saw it like that. Hey, Joy. I that was unexpected to me. What surprised me was that Nina didn't have as much to say in the moment about Drew as I thought. It's still not known that she and Drew has had a intimate relationship. Ava and Maxie are the only ones who know, besides, you know, the two who's involved. All I'm saying is, what's your name? Michael Corinthos III, act like it. So there was a lot that happened this week. Should we just go in with Michael and Willow, or should we backtrack and go over Ava? Because like the end of the week made me nearly forget about the start of the week and how Ava was found not guilty. Ava was found not guilty. Cody, wait a second. Cody knows, let me backtrack. Cody knows that Nina and Drew have been intimate. Are we sure? Because I don't know who told Cody about Nina and Drew. I don't remember that part. I definitely remember him being told by Sasha about Drew and Willow. Definitely. Oh, yeah? Okay. I tell you, there's so much that happens in a week. So what I've been talking about all day is Michael and Willow situations. So I guess we could start there, because that left a lasting impression on me. And what was your favorite part of it? What was unexpected to you? Like I mentioned, Nina's lack of voice in that surprised me. I think it was good, though. It was well played. Tracy gave a wonderful, quick line that gave so much exposition to Nina's probable, thought process when she whispered to Nina, "Oh, how does it feel that the man you've been getting so close to is pursuing your daughter?" And I felt that. I was like, "Ooh, Tracy, ooh, don't you just love when she just sneaks up and she just starts being herself?" That line was needed. Shout out to Olivia, who was able to contain Nina from going over there, because it would have turned into a Nina and Carly bark fest, and that's coming. We know that's coming, but that just didn't need to happen then. Another thing that I wasn't expecting was Michael's lack of voice. I'm not sure why I wasn't expecting that, because this is a trend in Michael's life when there are issues, especially in his romantic ones, that Carly is extremely vocal. That's just her. She's just very vocal, more than Michael can be in that moment. Michael is different than his mother. Carly lashes out on sight. Michael kind of processes things, and he thinks. He already contacted Diane. We didn't see that conversation. We don't know if it's yet taken place, but Willow confirmed it's been 4 weeks since Michael has had that video. So I don't know. I shouldn't have been surprised that Carly pretty much nearly swallowed up the room. If not for Ned and Tracy, she would have swallowed it whole. But the Quartermaines being there helped to balance out Carly's takeover. And a lot of us are in complete agreement with what Carly said. The only thing is that I was so like, whoa, is when Michael told her, "Mom, let me handle this. Shut up, be quiet. I want to hear it. Like, what is he gonna say? We've been waiting for this man to say something, do something. What's going on, Michael? What's going on? You should have ate the damn floor up. Ate the whole daggone floor up. You know, like, he should have been allowed to do that. And Carly couldn't shut her mouth and let him speak. You could have had what was left. You could have did whatever after Michael spoke his piece. She cut him off. I was, but she does that. Remember I was thinking with Jonah, Wiley situation when, Brad was exposed at the Corinthos house. Carly pretty much gave dialogue to everyone in the room. Even Sam was over there during this thing. And it was understandable why Julian was silent. But Sam is also Lucas's sister, and she didn't get to really say anything above a peep. Carly took over that whole room during that reveal. So, this is Carly. But I wish Michael would have been able to get his mama to shut up so he could have said, and, because his voice didn't come back until after she left the room. Anyway. Crazy week. That's weird. Ava's broke and Dex had died. And on top of that, that's the second boyfriend Joselyn had who passed away. I don't think her having another boyfriend pass away is as suspect, because it's more, with Joselyn, at least with Oscar, she knew it was going to happen. With Dex, this is unexpected. So it's going to be processed differently, because this is a crime, obviously. Both Sam and Dex, we saw the scenes where it shows that Cyrus did indeed take out Sam McCall, and I am having mixed feelings about that. For one, it's clear that the show probably would have preferred to have kept this information under wraps. It was discussion about it between fans on X about how, the press got a hold of Kelly being let go from the show because Kelly Monaco's mom had made a statement on Instagram, and that probably the show wasn't too happy that she spoiled what was coming, because there was like an are they about to kill Dex? It seems like they're about, but it wasn't for sure. It wasn't confirmed. The soap opera websites didn't drop the news in his final interview until after it was played out on screen. So I believe the show probably wanted to keep Sam's departure under wraps to have some kind of dramatic effect, because there is a dramatic effect with Dex's sudden passing. But it would have been top tier compared to this if it would have been a mystery about Sam. And it's so we're to assume Cyrus is going around doing this. Was he concerned that Dex could place him in the hospital and link him to what happened to Sam? Because a lot of folks are still wondering about his motive towards Sam, and the only thing we could think of is Lulu. He having to do with Lulu. Any Alan Q reference I'm here for. Carly giving Willow a piece of her mind. That was great though. Still, everything Carly said was right. I just wanted to hear from Michael, but she couldn't let it. She didn't let it. When Carly stopped Willow from trying to gaslight Michael, and it was needed too, because one thing I will say, when she interrupted Michael, by the sounds of his response, it seemed like he was about to explain himself to Willow. He eventually let her know, like, I didn't record the video on purpose. It wasn't even for that purpose. It was to watch the nanny, and that's what I saw. But it seemed like he was about to explain himself, like he had to give an explanation. Woman, what? Willow is very much like Nina with the victimhood. I remember we used to poke, and I think we kind of still do, about Elizabeth Weber. One of the main things from Carly and Lulu when they were dragging Elizabeth was that, oh, she's some paragon of good. She's a saint. You know, she can't do any wrong. And she likes to judge people from the little perch she sits on. And Willow seems to have taken over that mantle because she does seem so innocent. She's very sweet. But this moment, she walked over to Michael after the video was exposed and upset towards him. And to say, but you have it on video. Yeah, I did it, but you have it on video and you've known and for weeks and you haven't said anything. Like there was, I think she's upset because she had to go on for 4 weeks in agony thinking that she was going to be the bigger person and do the right thing after Christmas for the sake of the kids and break Michael's heart, not knowing that she was walking around looking like a fool because he already knew. And she probably is like, you were sitting on this, you didn't say anything. What were you planning? Like, her mind is spinning because she's looks like a fool. And I guess in her mind, she's trying to do some type of damage control. You're not doing it very well, honey. You're not doing it. I was just like, oh my goodness. And then it's interestingly enough, before I was thinking it was just lust between Willow and Drew. I think she has some real feelings for this man other than her hero syndrome. I think she loves him. At least I will say she's not in love with Michael anymore because when she approached him like that, I was like, oh, what's missing? She's not saying I'm sorry. She says she regrets it, but we know that's because she's tied to Michael through obligation and she didn't want this kind of scandal. She didn't say how much she loved Michael, that he didn't deserve this, that she's sorry he had to see something like that, that she should have told him there was none of that. She's not in love with Michael anymore. And both of them, Michael said it, that they were just staying together at this point to give the kids a good Christmas. So, wow, she don't love him no more. She's not in love with him. Well, it's trifling, but you gotta admit, when Carly went after Drew, that was amazing as hell. Yes, don't get me wrong. Carly was spot on. We are not disputing Queen Carly here because we knew it was happening. This is why we love her and why some people who don't like Carly can temporarily root for her in these moments because she was spot on. Somebody is saying what we've all been waiting to hear. Like, these folks get dragged for this foolishness. It's just, maybe they didn't have enough time to fit in Michael's dialogue or something, but I wanted to hear from him. But again, it did seem like he was about to explain himself to Willow, and Carly stepped in at that moment, was like, "You're not going to gaslight him. We're not going to do this. It's what you did, not the fact that this video exists. The video is here because of what you did. Why did you do that? What is wrong with you to do that?" And Carly was right. Michael supported you, and she's lifting up Drew as this hero, but the real hero is her husband. Let's make no mistake. I understand Drew and got Obrecht. The real hero, Obrecht, is a hero. She doesn't even talk nearly enough about her aunt's contribution and how her aunt is the one who really went under the knife for it. I get he fetched her, but again, like, there are many heroes in this story. She's just focused it all on Drew, but Michael is a hero. He showed up for you and the kids without fail. Took care of you, like Carly said, supported your career choices. You didn't have to work, girl. You don't have to pay a mortgage. I mean, if you really was given everything. But these kind of things happen in real life all the time, where people, we say we want all these things, but then you get them. And I don't know, we get restless. We get restless and then we get reckless if you don't watch yourself. You get restless and reckless in relationships. Once you start getting restless in a relationship, make sure you evaluate things before you get reckless. Okay? It happens a lot. I can temporarily root for Carly. I feel that. Because what was funny is that I saw on X, and I appreciate everyone who goes on X and tweets about the show as it's happening, because I work from home now and I don't have cable. So I just be waiting for the episode later. So I'm just sitting there doing my job, and I'm sitting there on X like, what? So shout out to everybody who keeps me informed during the hour, because it's a whole lot of fun. I was laughing my butt off at screenshots of Tracy and Ned. Oh my goodness. I love when we finally get some comedic relief. I was here for it. But a lot of folks on X, they were they had a lot of they reminded me of Drew. And what I mean is that Drew was deflected like a mofo. Like he was pulling out, he was leaning hard on Jason's memories of everything that happened. And but the way he talked about Drew and I'm sorry, no, not Drew. When Drew was sparring with Ned and he was like, "Oh, you're one to talk. Well, look what you did with Monica. Oh, and look what you did with Lois and Catherine." It was strange to hear him talk about it as though like he had like he should know about something like that. And the reason I say that is because Drew is not even a 10-year-old character, and apparently he must have done his research. And then I was like, well, he does have Jason's memories. But then I was like, well, Jason doesn't remember anything prior to the accident. So he wouldn't remember Catherine Bell's situation with Lois and Ned. And he wouldn't remember hearing about Ned, and neither would Jason. So I don't know. Clearly, Drew knows about the family. Drew is up on his family 411s. He was like, look, he was like, y'all ain't gonna get me. Y'all ain't gonna blackmail me. Y'all ain't gonna get me to sit here and cry and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm standing on the business that I'm conducting, okay? Back off. I don't owe y'all no explanation. Drew said, y'all ain't gonna take me down. I ain't letting you heathens burn me at the stake. Drew is so, I don't know. I'm fascinated by him at this point. Before I was upset, but I am fascinated by his resolve at his low down dirty dogism. It's like, no, y'all ain't about to, it's just, the audacity of this man. But again, folks in the comments was much like Drew in the sense of when Carly was coming at Willow, they were like, Carly, you got the nerve. They sounded like Olivia. Oh, we can't judge here. None of us are saints. And it's like, are you kidding me? What did Olivia do to Valerie when Valerie came between Dante and Lulu? I had to go back on YouTube and watch those scenes, honey. When Valerie was in the house babysitting Rocco while Dante was out, Olivia let her have it. She was still going off when Dante came through the door. So Olivia, girl, we still love you, Olivia, because for one thing, Olivia tried her best to keep the peace. She was like, Carly, don't need to notice, be quiet. And then she held Nina back. That was the right thing to do. And then I love how Olivia has grown into the family and how she has earned the respect of Tracy following along with her lead. She was like, Tracy, you know I'm right. You know, I do want Drew to be exposed, but she is right. Drew's innocent people don't need to be affected by Drew's and Willow's actions. Someone had to speak up for the kids, because I don't want Scout to know that either. I don't know how they're really going to contain this information, because the whole household can know about this. I mean, Rocco, you know, and the kids realized what was going on with Jason. And you know, he overheard Nina and Drew talking. So I don't know how they're going to keep it under wraps. However, it's better to deal with it in your own house than for it to be made public, especially now that he's a figure in Washington. So I liked those scenes. And then when they went out into the foyer, Olivia doubled down about backing up Michael and making sure Michael knows that he has their support. I loved that. Willow, girl, you done blew up the spot, Willow. You done blew up the spot. They weren't even concerned about you and supporting you. They said they'll support you if that's what Michael wants. And I was here for that whole conversation. It's just amazing how full circle things have come, because when Michael was born, it was such controversy because Carly was hiding the truth. No one knew that was AJ's son. Jason was trying to keep them away from the Quartermaines, and now the Quartermaines stand behind Michael. So it's amazing to see after all these years. Happy Saturday. Renee Thompson, LOL, replied Chase. I know you all be replying. Let me see. I want to trade Drew and Willow for Sam. A lot of people have been saying that. Nina had the best plea. Michael is a Quartermaine, Spencer Corinthos, run Willow. Okay, let's dissect that. Nina, again, I'm waiting to hear her perspective, but I believe at that moment what Tracy said to her was enough to kind of help in that direction. So again, shout out for that moment. Before the reveal, Lord have mercy, she tried to check Drew. She tried to. But what you don't understand, Nina, is you lost all ground when it comes to him by continuing to support him even after your daughter came. You were strong in the beginning. You slapped the mess out of him, which is exactly what you should have done. But I promise you should have cut ties with that man. And stop what is it, standing him in a sense. I'm telling you, it's like she was like on the road to kind of developing feelings for him. But Drew don't have feelings for you, honey. He don't even kiss you just because. The only time your lips touch is if y'all are having sex, and he don't need you for that no more because he wants Willow. That man is thirsty for Willow. Girl, he curved her so fast and got straight back to Willow in the daggone family room in front of the family. And these two are shameless, especially Drew. I'm fascinated by him. He's like, everybody knows I kissed her, but I'm still going to fraternize with her. But Nina tried to check him. She couldn't. Can anyone explain what that comment was? Why did he say, what you going to do about it? Is there something he's holding over her? Like, I remember that she was hoping that Drew would help to connect her with Willow, and in exchange, she was supposed to help him with McConkey. Is that why he told her to basically step off? Like he got that over her? Did he really? He really did. He curved her butt. He was like, no one is gonna hold me accountable. No one. Okay, so move it along. And using Scout the whole way. Nina called him out, disgusting, because he using his daughter like he used Scout that night. He didn't have to do much to use Scout the night that he got in Willow's pants, because Willow was already down for him before Scout was being used to further push this relationship. It's disgusting. Scout was looking for her daddy in the middle of the night, couldn't find him. I'm glad she didn't walk to the playroom. I'm glad she didn't walk into the playroom. And Tracy, first of all, she had the best line of the episode, of the week, of the entire year. She said, no, let it play. Let it play. And then when Drew told Carly, pretty much, you're not going to hold me accountable. I'm not discussing this in front of the family. Tracy chimed in right on time and said, you had no problem doing it underneath this roof in this house when anybody, and pretty much anybody saw it. You didn't care about exposure. You didn't care about the family not do this. So we are part of this. There's no secrets. No, we all in this together. You ain't coming in this house like this. And even Ned said in the beginning, it became my business when you decided to do that in this house. Yeah, he was laughing. Those two, oh my goodness. I love Tracy and Ned's relationship, especially when you see the decades that they have invested into Tracy and Ned. Oh my goodness. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Creme de la creme. We don't deserve it. Oh my God. Them two was cackling. Oh. They was cackling. Tracy is the GOAT, ain't she? Nina knows a lot about kidnapping kids. But I wanted to go back to Wentz World. You said there are 37 people living in the Q house. I believe you. Didn't Tracy just say this place became a daycare? It's a boarding house, a shelter. I mean, go to the Quartermaines if you need help and support. I don't think they want to publicly advertise that. The whole city will be there. But back to Wentz World's point, you were saying that Nina had a point about Michael and his influence, that he has connections on both sides of the law, that folks are going to be on Michael's side, and it's going to trump anything Willow has to say. Pretty much, you're a marked woman now. You're a marked woman. And the issue is that I feel like Nina is gaslighting Willow. And not to say that that what she said isn't a fact. She's gaslighting her though, because no conversation still really has been had since the morning after between Michael and Willow. So at this point, Nina is projecting the outcome and projecting Michael and what Michael is going to do from a place of emotional trauma. That's where this is coming from Nina. And you know there's a part of her that's eating this up at the idea that, oh, I'm going to get my daughter and my grandkids away from Carly and the Corinthoses and the Quartermaine. I'm getting my finally. Because she fought against Michael and Willow, and she could talk that, and that's why one of her facts doesn't match the situation, because they did go to court and they fought against Nina in court lawfully, and they won against her petition. So, and Michael didn't have to, and Willow witnessed that. She didn't have to influence the law or buy a judge in order to win a solid judgment. The problem is with the Reeves family bloodline is that these women, they do this foolishness, and then they play the victim. It's no accountability. Really, what should have happened, Nina doesn't do well in a crisis. She panicked and she projected a whole lot onto Willow because she can't win against Carly. She lost Sonny. I don't know. There's something wrong with the women. Willow hasn't fully caught the effect. Like, it's like she got fever, but it hasn't really set in yet. But I don't know. I don't know. I call it CDS, Corinthos derangement syndrome. Nell had it, Nina has it, and if Willow's not careful, she gonna catch it too. They have Corinthos derangement syndrome. I don't know. They always trying to snatch the Corinthos kids from this family. They're mortal enemies. Nina is not the right person for Willow to lean on because she's so emotional. She has bad blood between the family. So Nina has declared war. Nina declared war, and it should have been a steady thing of let the kids sleep. What are you running for? Why are you running? This is my house. I'm cheating on you and everything, but this is still my house. Like, what are you running for? That's my problem with Willow. Stan, you said you wanted to talk to Michael. Now he knows. Now you can talk to him. Now you're trying to run? No, you need to stand 10 toes down on what you did and take it on the chin. Like, what are you running for? Like, I was disappointed in Nina. Like, what are you running for? Oh my God. Like, that was just disgusting. I don't agree. I don't agree. No matter if Michael was trying to be underhanded about how he gonna move forward with taking the kids, you deserve it. You deserve it. Or at least at least you should stand on business and hire an attorney. That should have been your first call. You called Rick for Drew. You should have did it for your daughter. Like, my daughter's going through some ish and we need help with the custody and get some temporary orders going on. Nina is not good in a crisis. She can't think strategically. That was not a strategic move. That was a bad move. That is the second time you've given your daughter bad advice. And I said that, giving that girl just bad advice. And Willow, you're going to the woman who's just been absolutely disgusting morally for advice. Yeesh. Conscious and unconscious. Yeah, she's traumatized. She's traumatized. Hey, Beverly. Willow got dollars, not influence. Dude, but how many dollars does Willow have? Is her money because she's married to Michael currently? Because, of course, man and wife, they have access to stuff. But if Michael were to divorce her, because honestly, whatever's going to happen to this character before the actor's departure, they might still be married. So right now, Willow does have money because of Michael and because she's a Quartermaine. But if he were to divorce her, where's her money coming from other than Nina? And if she decides to stick to a job, maybe Drew will bankroll her for a while, but that's until he gets bored with her. But has anyone seen the article that Cameron Matheson, who plays Drew, did, in which he's quoted as saying that this could be the beginning of a love story, a great love story between Drew and Willow? Did anybody see that? What are your reactions to the actor's comment about that? I was wondering about a divorce settlement. Wouldn't Michael be able to not have to pay her as much because of proof of her infidelity? Does that work in the state of New York anymore? Like, he's gonna have to pay her something, but maybe he could pay her less because of her infidelity if he could prove that the marriage didn't work because of her. Yeah, you were sick over that. Nina is making up for hitting Drew when he still had Jason's face and he escaped from Clinton Clark back in the day, Crichton Clark back in the day. You said Elton, no. I saw that and it's crazy. Yeah, he said this is a great love story. I wouldn't be surprised because I think a lot of us was rolling over because I feel you, Sabrina, because Nina and Sonny happened. A lot of us felt like Nina and Sonny should not have been a romantic couple, but they became one. He divorced her very quickly. I mean, so much has happened this year. I nearly forgot that they got divorced. It took a while for her to sign those papers, but she finally signed those papers. But stranger things have happened. And there was further discussion on X that, and it's true, Willow is really just out of obligation with Michael at this point. And now that it's been exposed publicly, she's going to want to, there's going to be nothing really to stop them other than people judging her. And from what we've seen that her and Drew do is that they're not going to, yeah, I know it was wrong, but I'm still doing it. It's already done. I'm still doing it. So they're going to have whatever they're going to have. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds, especially considering that Drew isn't a family man at the moment. And it seemed that though Willow had a family woman aspect, or at least that type of life, we'll see how this causes Willow to evolve and if she will give into her mother's impulses or her sister's, or if there is a way to salvage her common sense. But the only way to do that is to get someone with common sense in Willow's orbit that is unbiased and can support her through common sense. I don't see who that could possibly be at the moment. Her and Sasha are not on good terms, and that is a feud that I'm looking forward to seeing how that changes these two women, because for all intents purposes, Willow and Sasha have been very cookie cutter type women, in the show. Like, they've been caught up in scandals, but they still have this innocence about them. Willow's innocence is cracking. So I want to see how these women are going to evolve, especially since Sasha is having Michael's illegitimate child outside of marriage. How is that going to affect these women's relationships? Because Monica couldn't stand Susan Moore. She sure couldn't. And this feels like a setup just like that. Let me see. Not to mention that the truth about Michael and Sasha still, yeah, that is another truth. That is another bomb. And it's gonna hurt Michael's cause. It is his reputation. He was honest about it. And you want to know something? I wonder if it's going to be revealed prior to Michael's whatever is going to happen to him. Disappearance, demise, coma, I don't know. Because the only person who knows other than Michael and Sasha is Jason. And apparently Jason and Sasha will be sharing scenes next week. It says in spoilers that Jason and Sasha are going to find common ground. And there have been talkings or murmurings amongst fans that this could possibly lead to some kind of development, possibly relationship between Jason and Sasha. And folks have been very vocal about how they feel and what they think about it. Willow is just as crazy as her mother. So far, this show has just been trying to recycle storylines that were pretty successful in other GHP periods. Yeah. I was making a thought. I think I lost it. But let me see. Yeah, Willow's checked out. This means they're going to shove in our faces just as they did Nina and Sonny. Yeah, it's happening. When Willow finds out that her mother has also slept with Drew. Yeah, I was going to say that with Michael and Sasha, I haven't even been able to get upset with him because Willow is more upsetting than what Michael did. Everyone's like, oh, Michael had, he's a hypocrite. He cheated. He slept with Sasha first. And I'm like, Willow did it first. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm not talking about her having, sex with Drew first. I'm saying she cheated on Michael first emotionally. She was making out with this man in his office the second time, and they almost smashed that time. They almost did. I think Michael was trying to call her. So yeah, that happened. And she's the one who started that first. Michael wouldn't have been with Sasha had that not happened. That doesn't absolve him, but I can't even get to how I feel about that because of what's going on with Willow. It would be different if Willow had really abstained from Drew and been serious about working things out with Michael, and Michael was still fraternizing with Sasha and keeping the secret. But that's not what we have here. The difference between the two is that Michael hasn't been, continuing to follow up and pursue Sasha since that evening. They've had conversations, but Michael is not romantically pursuing her. It's Willow who's ooh child, ooh child. Michael last real one was Sabrina, but she did cheat with Carlos. She did, didn't she? I have no respect for Willow and Drew. You missed Sabrina on the show. Willow cheated on Michael first for months emotionally, and then physically. She has no ground to stand on. Thank you, Jessica, or Jess, because that's what I was saying. I was like, I can't even get to how I feel about what he did with Sasha because that was a direct result of Willow's cheating, emotional cheating, and then she kissed him. That girl. There's an old saying that kissing makes babies or something like that. So yeah, and there's a potential that she's pregnant. What I find funny though, well, maybe not, because it happened after Sasha and Michael, is that she hasn't found out that she's pregnant yet. He's trying to call me. Will Willow find out that she's pregnant? If Willow was pregnant, the baby gonna be his son cousin. Who's the father? Who do you think should be the father of that baby, or should it even matter at this point? I mean, because of everything that's currently happening between them. Oh man, who should the father of the baby be? I don't know. I think if I was a writer, I would be in the writer's room and I would just flip a quarter. Heads Michael, tails Drew, and just be done with it that way. Carly picked up on Mill attention right away. She sure did. Carly is very perceptive. And let's talk about her perceptiveness. That woman sniffed. She sniffed Nina and Willow out like a hound. I am so proud of her. She left out that room and looked around and was like, where them heifers at? Went upstairs, couldn't find them. And when I tell you, I felt like she was the hero we deserved at the end of this episode, coming in donned in black, her blonde, flawless hair flowing. So they're talking about, where are you all off to in such a hurry? You wouldn't be trying to take Michael's kids away from him, were you? Or whatever the heck her line was. I was like, yes! Thank goodness! Woo! That made me cry a little bit. Child, Lord have mercy. I was just so proud. You say you loved every moment. Oh my Lord. Oh. It was a very good ending because I was like, please, let's. I thought it was going to be Michael, but again, I don't know why, but I wasn't watching live, so I didn't realize that Michael was still stuck in the room with Drew talking. Michael, you're wasting your last moments in Port Charles on this fool. I wouldn't even be. Don't you be talking? I would not waste any words on him. There's nothing you could say to him. He's still justifying why it's okay for him to be doing what he's doing with your wife. Why are you talking to him? Walk out that room. You need to be talking to Diane more than you need to be talking to this fool. That's who you need to be talking to. Don't, So I didn't know that he was stuck talking to Drew. So when Carly showed up, I was like, man, I wish it was Michael, but I believe it needed to be Carly because, yeah. Mama, she sniffed them out like a hound. And can we just backtrack to Nina again? I know we just talked about it, but she looked crazed. I'm telling you, that emotional trauma that she has over her entire life, especially with the Corinthos family, and how she was even taken up for Nell when she found out Nell was her daughter. Everything Nell did, she was told about, but still, it wasn't Nell's fault. Had I raised her right, she would have been fine. She didn't deserve to be killed by Carly. I mean, she doesn't do logic and reason. She's traumatized. Her eyes were bugging out her face. She was turning pink. I mean, she was like, this is war. Go get them. No. Like, woo, that girl is unhinged. And Willow was on the right track. She has a mind of her own. She was like, Michael, he's gonna protect the kids from me. Like, she was challenging it, but it was just not a good moment. It was not a good moment. But she does a lot better against Nina when she's angry with Nina. But when her defenses are down, Nina gets into her head and it's bad. And that's really one of the main things that's gonna make this worse is Nina's influence. Nina's influence. And then also because Carly came so hard at Willow, it was well deserved. But because Willow can't handle it, Carly done put herself in the doghouse. So now that really great relationship that they had, if Carly wanted to get through to her, it's all a wash because of how Carly responded. And you can't blame her. What was she supposed to be kind and cute with her and be like, and try to mediate? Maybe a different type of mom would have been able to do that, been able to mediate and let Michael be the angry one and let those two hash it out and Carly be the voice of reason. But that's done with. That's done with. The anti-hero we need is Caroline. Who would have thought all those years ago we'd be cheering for Carly after what she did to Bobby and Tony Jones? I'm sure, but she is. I was like, whoa, Carly! and there's this woman on X, a fan, and she does commentary on TikTok, and she posts it, and she was like, you trifling bitches, get him, Carly. Like she had me rolling. I was so proud of Carly charging in, but Carly has two crises on her hands. Now, I haven't mentioned that Trina, Joselyn, and Gio were also in the room. Gio immediately name dropped Sunny, and that's a whole other worldly issue to deal with. I don't how the Corinthos side of things will respond is going to be interesting because they're all going to find out. Dante lives in that house. It'll be interesting to see, the subtle reactions. But Dante has his hands full with Lulu right now. He's helping Lulu, and so Sam's death clearly paved the way for that to happen. So it'll be interesting to see. But I do like Jocelyn's wisdom there to step out the room, though. I mean, though I think a lot of people wanted Joselyn to stay in and just rail at it. The only reason why I say I'm okay with it is because it doesn't seem like there was enough time to get the full throttle of some reactions that I believe we deserve to see. I don't believe there was enough time for Nina. And then again, what was Nina gonna say? Like, other than reveal that she slept with him too. That's the only thing that she really could have offered to the scenes, is to drop that messy bomb, But otherwise, Drew already curved her prior to that moment. So there was nothing that she could say to Drew to hold him accountable. He already told her, girl, bye. Get out of my face. I'm going right back to that woman. But let me see. I hope Sunny really steps up and delivers the old school Sunny and puts Nina, Willow, and Drew in the Pine Barrens. The only problem is that the pressure that's going to come not only from Carly, but if there's pressure from Sunny, the Quartermaines, it's going to cause Willow to pull back into Nina even more. And and like I said, Nina's influence is going to make this even more contentious than it needs to be, because it was Nina's driving force that made it contentious enough for them to have to go to court for her grandparent rights. Willow had told her, look, I'm not saying you can't ever see the kids again. I'm saying let things cool off, let Michael calm down, and we can revisit this at a later time. But this is not it. And Nina would not have it. She got ugly. She got real ugly and was like, oh, we going to court. So it is Nina's influence that's going to make this ugly. That and Drew. Because Drew's gonna bankroll her. He's worried about now is, oh, I don't want Willow to be affected. Not even Scout. He didn't even say Scout. He said, I don't want Willow to be hurt by this because y'all are trying to get me. Woo, that man. Sam, who Jocelyn play about her brother. She don't. She really don't. And but I think it was the right time for her to step out, because I don't think we would have gotten justice for her dialogue. You know what I mean? Because Carly was going in. Maybe it would have been a tag team, but like I said, the more pressure Willow's going to get from these people, the more she's going to pull into Nina and go along with Nina's narrative of things, that I have no choice but to, you know, protect myself against Michael. Somebody else was like, oh, Willow, from what Nina has said, is trying to protect her place in her kids' lives because Nina is speaking facts. And I said, well, if Willow is not afraid, if Willow was afraid, she wouldn't have had the affair. She's not, and that's not even ever was her concern, that Michael would take the kids from her. So that's not right. And if she was really concerned about maintaining her position in her children's lives, she would not have been unfaithful to their father. She would have prioritized that over everything. But none of that mattered to her. None of that mattered. Let me see. Sonny is busy with Christina. Rick and Ava, they played, won't pull him in too much on this one. Drew should take his sister wives and go off to Washington. Yes. Well, now, okay, so I know there was a lot going on. I mean, we could talk about the whole fallout. Well, we could get back to it because there's still other layers of it that needs to be discussed, like, you know, Brooklyn Chase, all that. But Ava was found not guilty. I'm happy for that, because I do believe that people should be held accountable for the things that they are absolutely guilty of. This is not something that she was absolutely guilty of. Though I believe that both women, sorry, my lips is crusty because of the cold. I believe that both women hold responsibility for what happened to Christina that day, only in different ways. Christina, I hold directly responsible more than Ava, because she came to Ava. She brought herself into Ava's space unnecessarily. Ava's responsible because she'd been playing a silent game behind the scenes for months. She roped Christina into her foolishness with Sonny by leaking that conversation between her and Natalia, causing harm to Blaze's career. I would have sued for damages if I was Blaze against Ava. Anyhow, and that's where you know, Christina was already suspicious of Ava. She was like, Ava's the only one around my dad. I don't like it. Like, he's pushing everybody else away and it's just all Ava. So there was tension building there. But Ava was making steps on the other side of things that led up to Christina coming. So both women are indirectly responsible. Ava indirectly and Christina directly. That's how I view it. But it was an accident, because it was not the intention of either one of them for Christina to leave that room on a gurney. Or, I'm sorry, she didn't leave the room on a gurney. She left the room out a window. I totally misspoke. She left out the room. She left out the window. Whew, Lord have mercy. So Ava should have been found not guilty. Weakest one. If anybody needs to catch a case, two entities in Port Charles need to catch the biggest lawsuits they've ever seen. 3. I'm gonna give you 3. Can anyone guess which 3 entities in Port Charles needs to catch a lawsuit right now for damages? Y'all just said the first one. There are 3. I wonder if Sonny and wiped out Ava's money. I wonder if someone else is getting revenge on Ava. It would be really good if it wasn't Sonny, because I'm ready for her to just do the custody thing with Sonny. I want to see that, and we need to discuss that. I want to see someone else maybe behind the scenes doing this to Ava. Maybe because Ava has wronged a lot of people. And so maybe it's someone else. It's a bigger mystery than just the obvious. Oh, he's home. Maybe it's a bigger mystery than the obvious. So that faulty. Yes, thank you, Sandy. The Metro Court is one. Turning Woods is another. And General Hospital itself is another. I'm so sorry. I was doing my live stream. That's why I didn't answer. Oh, you are? Okay. But anyway, those are the three people that need to catch a lawsuit. We're going to get to General Hospital because patients are dying on Nurse Weber's watch. I'm not saying it's her fault, okay, but I'm just saying like that hospital needs to catch a case. Okay. Anyhow, I think Valentine took her money because he's broke on the run. That would be a great option. Valentine took the money and went into that Swiss account. Okay. I like that angle, and that is not all about Sunny. So I like that angle. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, those are three entities that need to catch a case. I'm glad she was found not guilty. Thank you, Irma. Okay, I was trying to stay off it. The only reason why they need a lawsuit brought against them is to bring them into the next generation of security. What? Look, I mean, this is just real life facts, okay? The hospital that I go to, multiple hospitals that I go to in the area, they have detectors. You got to go through a metal detector. You at least got to get wand. And if at the very least, they have security posted. Granted, the budget, as they've been complaining about, even though they keep bringing a whole bunch of people onto the show, maybe they don't have the budget to post a fake security guard, or at least for appearances, but they should be sued off of that. We should see there be a change in the procedures at the hospital. We should see the doctors, how this affects them, dialogue. Like we need to see like perspectives from TJ and Lucas and Elizabeth. Hopefully they will make this a big hospital story where we see those changes, and they should be sued into coming into the 21st century in regards to the security around that hospital. And I believe that Alexis has a very strong case, and maybe even Dex's family or, Jocelyn or whomever on his behalf, to join the lawsuit in some way to say, I've been coming to the hospital for decades. My children and the children of the woman who died in your care, because somebody was able to just walk in her room and give her the wrong kind of medication. How did they, and especially if Cyrus got it from General Hospital, where did he get Digitalis? Did he get it from the hospital? Has anyone mentioned Digitalis being missing? You remember when Spinelli took those drugs out of the hospital? I'm sorry. Willow took drugs from the hospital to give to Jason. Spinelli had to go into the mainframe and correct it so nobody would see the discrepancy and Elizabeth wouldn't get in trouble. So did anyone see a discrepancy in the logs about this Digitalis? I guess the story is slowly unfolding, so we don't have all the details, but 2 patients have died and Sam's family hasn't been notified about her cause of death. Also, but yeah, if I was Alexis, I'd be like, my family comes to this hospital. This is the main hospital other than Mercy. So so unless things change around here, I don't feel like my life, the life of my children, and the life of the children of the woman who died is safe coming here receiving treatment if they can't know that somebody isn't just going to be able to walk into their room, that security measures are put in place at this hospital to make sure that you do everything in your power to protect the people that are patients. Cyrus should have been banned. He should have been banned. So I believe that Cyrus has a prescription. Thank you for reminding me. He has a heart condition. So, or is that for your heart condition? Somebody said. Okay, so that's how he got the digital. Okay, you clean on that one. You clean on that one, GH, because if he would have got the drug from y'all too, what? So apparently, okay. He got a heart condition. So I still think they should be sued for heightened security, because I wouldn't want to go back to that hospital and be put under the knife and think I'm going to be resting after surgery and I end up dead. So I think, hey, Dee, I think she absolutely needs to sue for damages to help the hospital update their security measures around that place, for sure. And especially the camera system of cameras. Yeah, there should be cameras in the corridors to show, but apparently they must have a lot of blind spots. That needs to be addressed. Better camera system up in there. And then usually with hospitals, I have to have a badge to get in. like I have to check in with my driver's license, get like a sticker as a visitor. People should be checking in who visit the hospital. Maybe they do have a log. I don't know, but there's not really a visitor station per se. It's just like you jump on the floor and you're right there on the floor. I'll be the GH security guard, and then after months it will turn up I'm Taggart's real son and instant GH history. Sorry, Dex. You want to know something though? I have, and we'll get right back to Dex, but I've thought about how Michael's absence is going to affect the canvas, because Michael's character, the actor has played the character for 14 years, but Michael has been a relevant legacy character since 1998. He was born on screen, and nowadays that doesn't happen as much. Meaning Christina was born on screen, Molly was born on screen, some others, of course. But like lately with Cody and Sasha, they weren't legacy characters since birth. They've just been written into being legacy characters. That's the main difference between Michael and Sam, because Sam is a legacy character. She just earned it differently than Michael. So I just wonder what his absence from the canvas will be, since has been a prominent character. Anyhow, I was surprised about Dex being killed. I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention. And I know that, like, especially this week, fans were pointing out, like, ooh, they're saying he's going to be just fine. He must be about to die. They were like, it sounds like he's about to die. They setting this dude up for his death. He really died. He sure did. Wow. I was not expecting that at all. Interesting. I don't know what to really say about it, because I don't believe I was invested in Dex. I wasn't. And Joselyn, I wasn't. Now folks are very curious to see how Joselyn's grief storyline over Dex is going to play out. I've seen the opinion that Trina wasn't given enough of a story as far as her grief for Spencer, and so folks want to see if Joselyn is going to be given what Trina was denied as far as perspective and outrage. And I think we all can know that that's what's about to happen. This is a huge matter. He was killed pretty much. And we've already seen Joselyn go through it with Oscar. That lasted quite a while, her recovery over that. Oh, I'm sorry you missed it, Vicky. I hope you are you in the hospital because you need care? Are you visiting someone? I hope you're all right. Dex needed to go. Sonny had him in the Pine Barrens. Sonny beat you down at the wedding. You got by backstabber Cyrus. Wince World, you are right. Dex was not an enforcer in the way that Jason is. Jason would never. I don't want her with Geo. I'm still wondering what they're about to do. Did anyone catch that moment from Brooklyn when she was talking to Chase before the reveal? Chase had said he wished that Drew would stay away from Willow. And, Brooklyn pointed out Willow could stay away from Drew. She's not moving away from him, is she? But she made a comment about dishonesty or something. But the way Brooklyn said it, it was like, what secret are you hiding? Or are you talking off of your own experience? But it seemed like there's something actively that they might be setting up here when it comes to Brooklyn. And there's been speculation that Geo might be Brooklyn's biological child with Dante. It's been running rampant. It seems like they're doing whatever they can to make Geo relevant, and it just doesn't. I'm not connected to Geo at this moment. Dex got beaten by Sonny because he wouldn't fight back. True, and he should have fought back. You should have fought back. I don't find anything noble in not fighting back. And then the worst moment was when Dex brought it to Anna, and Anna did not pursue it. Cyrus brought his to Anna, and Anna didn't pursue it, claiming that she wanted bigger evidence or bigger situation than this because this wasn't enough. I don't what? No, it's not supposed to be enough for you. I'm asking for you to uphold the law and charge this man with assault. He assaulted him, and then Dex was an officer at that point, wasn't he, or a cadet? Anna is, and then Anna got the nerve. Like, didn't Anna tell Valentine to leave with Charlotte, and now she's making it seem like, uh, you're Anna Devane. We love you, honey. We do. Just, girl, what's really going on? Whew. Anna's oh Lord. If anybody ever needed to be exposed for corruption, is Anna. I would love for for them to hire some no-name person to play a reporter that'll expose the PCPD and the way Anna's been moving. I would like for her to be in the hot seat, as well as for Laura, because both of them want nothing to do with Sunny, except in the moments they need things. And I just she's not doing a good job. She's selective, and it depends on what's driving her. Anna is only driven off of what suits Anna. She's not about the people at all, and that's Anna's problem as commissioner. Let me see. I agree that Brooklyn, yes, has a secret, but she doesn't really act like she's connected to Geo. Hopefully, it's not going to be Geo. I don't think we need another new character written to be a legacy character. We don't need the inauthenticity. They don't know what to do with Anna's character. So where did the liquid digitalis come from? Susan, apparently Cyrus has a heart condition, and that digitalis may have been prescribed to him to treat it. So he's using his own prescription to harm people. Yeah, her morals are questionable. Anna has always challenged the law, but this is just dumb. Yeah, it's not even challenging the law. She's not upholding it consistently across the board. She lacks consistency in her moral compass. I'm here for chemotherapy treatment. Okay, Vicky. I hope you're all right. And glad that you're here and that we could be with you while you're doing that. It would be in oral form though. Oh, the medication, Susan, it's in liquid form, sorry. Brain fart. This would have never happened on Epiphany's watch. Could you imagine if Epiphany was still there? And it happened? Woo! I have breast cancer and it's triple negative. What does triple negative mean? I am not familiar with it. I know my sister's sister had her breast removed, but I'm not so familiar with it. She's very inconsistent. He injected liquid, so you were right. GH is negligent. She may not know he's her son, but Lois may. That's why she invited him to stay there. It's cool. Yes. Best wishes, all the positive energy, all the positive vibes, all the smile, the strength, just everything. Just everything. We send you everything that is good. Epiphany would have shut that down. Mm-hmm. Now, I won't stay on this live stream much longer. Elizabeth and Lucky. How are we liking that? It was very nostalgic. I will say that. It's nice when we have the actors who played these roles for many years, and we get to look back on their youth and what have you. So I'm all for nostalgia. I am not. It was nice. It was nice for a moment for the fans and everything. I'm not as invested. I'm not going to lie, only because I think that Lucky should not ever touch Elizabeth again after what happened between her and Nicholas. I still go back and watch that reaction video, okay? And those scenes. I don't think he should be touching Elizabeth again. I'm not saying y'all have to have beef, but no. I'm loving Liz and Lucky. That's good. I'm glad. Because we've had to deal with Elizabeth and Finn, and I will say this is far more refreshing than Elizabeth and Finn. I'm so glad they're dead. I'm so glad they died this year. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. A lot of good memories during their scenes. Yeah, thank goodness. And with this story revving up at the hospital, Elizabeth is going to get some screen time. I want to see how they allow her to play this role. I wonder when Jason and the rest of them are going to find out why Sam died. They still have not been told, and now we have another patient that has passed away. Do you think it makes sense that they haven't been able to tell the family yet because the investigation is still ongoing? Or do you think that they should have been given an update by now? There's just been a lot going on. Also, we have Alexis and Molly. They had a conversation in which they set boundaries. I was saying during the last live stream that Molly needed to leave her mother's house. As long as they follow the boundaries that they've set and Molly feels comfortable with that, then okay. They had a conversation. They addressed it, and that's good. We'll see how that goes. And Alexis did try to make a way with Christina, who is just still so blinded by denial. What is it with Christina? I don't know what word to call it, but she don't want to let this go. She don't see the wisdom in what Molly is doing, and she's sitting there saying things that just don't need to be said. That it don't need to be said. It's completely unfair. It's completely unfair. And then Sonny's answer to this is just to give Christina another business. How many businesses are you going to give Christina? Is she successful at any of them? Because I could have swore you gave her a coffee shop that Morgan ended up taking over and running. Isn't that what happened? And then then she starts working at Charlie's, and that's when she got involved in Dawn of Day. If anybody should have been given Charlie's, it should have been Phyllis. Where is Phyllis, by the way? She's just completely gone. Completely gone. I don't know. Just she'd never to be heard from again. And I liked Phyllis. I think she didn't have to be like a main character, but I think she would have been a great supporting role, a familiar face at Charlie's that you come into, that bartender wisdom. I think she had that going for her, and the possibility of them trying to connect her with Portia and everything. But of course, that completely evaporated. But now he's giving her Charlie's. But I thought she was running the foundation. What happened to the foundation, Christina? This girl can't stay solid on anything. She's just been given things without proving that she can handle them. Okay, Sonny. Okay, y'all. I wonder if Nina's gonna coddle Willow as much as Christina gets coddled by her parents. She's back at Nixon Falls. She's gonna be on the gates. Okay, her absence is approved by me. Thank you. Keep her away then. Stay somewhere where you're gonna get the recognition you deserve, ma'am. She went back to Nixon Falls. Okay. Christina's delusional. I don't like Christina. I'd love for Sonny to give Christina a business. And Beatrice Corner. That says Sasha and Jason find common ground. What do you think? I saw that, Monique. I had mentioned that earlier in the live stream. That I wonder what the common ground will be. Of course, the common ground has to be Michael. Has to be on the subject of Michael. It'll be interesting because Jason isn't a man of many words. Maybe we'll see how he happens upon Sasha, how they have a moment with each other. The last time they had to have a moment was because of the Sidwell situation. Maybe Jason sees Sasha and he asks how she's doing because maybe she doesn't look right. Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see where this goes. A lot of people were vocal saying that are they about to do another Jason and Sam kind of thing where he takes her in because she's pregnant? Because mind you, we don't know how Michael is going to disappear, or if he's going to go into a coma, if he's just going to choose to leave town and take the kids, go on the run. We don't know what Michael's disappearance is going to be, but the only person who knows what happened is Jason. And if Michael leaves before finding out or before it's further exposed, Jason might step in to provide that support, maybe not romantically, but as in the proper way that an uncle should. I trust Jason to do that before he'll betray Michael. We'll have to see. Jason taking care of Michael baby all of these years later. Yeah, no, too big of an age gap. Molly need to fight Christina like Carly and Sam did. I don't know how she'll fare in that, because I feel like fighting with Christina will take Molly under. But it'll be interesting. I'm wondering, I'll talk about this, and then we'll go to Lulu, and then I'll let you all go, because I gotta leave for Layla's recital. What is your speculation about how Michael's ending may turn out? I was wondering with how things are unfolding between his wife and his uncle, the family being made well aware of everything. Will it be a tragic ending? Will it be a tragic ending between Drew and Michael? Because it almost ended tragically for Michael when he faced off with Nell. She left him in that car to die. I mean, I was so proud of Michael, though. I mean, nothing. When Michael gets into his ruthless mode, when his plan is unfolding, he is at his best. And I wish they would have written him like that every single time throughout the years without fail. Too bad, But I wonder if it will end tragically between them. I wonder if maybe it'll be something that Willow and Drew has to work to cover up together. Will Michael end up in a coma and sent off to Turning Woods? Will he pack up the kids and leave town, leaving Willow wondering where they went? Will he be presumed dead somewhere? How do you think you said no more comas. How do you think it'll unfold? And how like, what are your speculations? That's a lot. And then Lulu. So Lulu has wasted no time. She has made it very clear she's looking for her daughter. Initially, folks was saying like, dang, she's not asking about Charlotte, but now she's very focused on Charlotte. She still hasn't seen Tracy, which I'm ready for her and Tracy to have their reunion as well. Maxie was like, you weren't gonna call me? Like, dang, girl. She had to step in the office and have her reunion with Lulu. Lulu had her reunion with Carly. It was okay. It was nothing like, oh my God, it was okay. It was okay. She's looking for her daughter, getting up in everybody's faces about it. Jack Brennan called out Carly for what she did, planting a bug in his office. Both of them are right. He's like, look, like, I really like, he's like, look, you heard what I said. And Carly's like, still, you were able to get him on the phone. So get him on the phone. These two, I wonder if they will become romantic. I'm not sure. I think I like the banter and the, the sexual energy building between them more than them actually becoming a couple that gets ruined. Dante caught Lulu at the Cassadines. I like that. I like that she's being feisty out the gate. She hung up on Erica Kane in order to get Nina's attention. It would make sense that she would go to Nina thinking that Nina and Valentine still have, good communication. Nina was just like, girl, bye. Coming up in my office. Maxie, tell Lulu your baby daddy is Faison's son. Oh, Lulu didn't get to hear that bit of information? Hey, we got Peter August reference. Maxie and Lulu scenes were cute. Yeah, they were probably using Cyrus to thin the cast, especially with all the things going on behind the scenes. It'll be interesting to see if there is another person. Oh, there's another way. Do you think Michael will be the next victim of Cyrus? And if so, how could Cyrus pull off such a thing? And if Michael were to become the next victim of Cyrus, how would they explain the why or the motivations of Cyrus? But it stands to reason. I mean, if there's a killer and you got another character on the way out, you guys could throw that in there too. Could Michael end up another victim of Cyrus? I hope not. It seems far-fetched at the moment, but this show has done some things, honey, with writing. they've certainly done some things. I'm sure we'll start to hear more rumors as they come out. But all right, I'm gonna let you all go so I can get myself together for Layla's ballet recital today and her performance. I'm gonna go stop and pick up some flowers and balloons on the way, and I don't want to be late. But thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. My apologies for topics that we didn't get to, but I mean we could talk all day long. The last thing I'll say is that Chase being surprised that Willow would keep or do that to Michael was rich, considering he walked in on Willow and Michael while he was married to her. So now this is a pattern, and we'll see how it unfolds with Drew and Willow. But Sasha, girl, you better stand on business. I appreciate that she was like, this has nothing to do with what we did back then. This is all Willow. This isn't even on Michael or you or me. This is on them. We have nothing. We did nothing wrong. So bravo, Sasha. I hope to see more of her enduring strength, because she's going to need it. I think she will definitely have Carly's support should Carly find out that she is about to give birth to her grandchild. It'll be interesting to see if this will cause Carly and Nina's feud to reignite, as both mothers are going to be coming strong. But you all have a wonderful weekend. Happy holidays. I will be back. Bye.